and spank her with his whip. Oh, whip. But if I don't get my desire, then I'll set the plantations on fire. My temperature is getting much higher. Got to give what I require. Every time we do the work, sometimes we
Thoughts of Just Jordan and Marie.
Welcome.
I hope you've had a blessed week so far.
Yes.
You know, we wasn't too sure if we were straight on the air. But yeah.
What we are.
But we are.
We are.
So Jordan.
Yeah.
How has your week been so far?
Well, you know what? I've had a few little issues with this hay fever thing. Like, it hasn't been every day, but do you know what it is? I've had other things going on, and I've just forgot about the hay fever business. So when it started to creep up on me at random, I'm like, what's going on? And I don't have all of them, the defenses that people have, like the nasal spray and the Puritan and all of them. Yeah. Well, yeah, Maria, I might need to ask you to give me a helping hand. Yeah, because I don't have none of them stuff there. And just at random, it's just coming out, then just, you know what I mean, giving me a little spot of bother. You know what I mean? And I haven't been to no parks like that. It's just, even just in passing, it's just like...
But it's the pollen in the air.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting? I don't get affected by this in other countries, you know?
Yeah, I had this conversation with a couple of my friends. When I go abroad, I don't have any of this.
Yeah.
But I noticed on Saturday, I was supposed to go out and I had a rest, my sleep as always. And when I got up, I was like, I couldn't breathe. My nasals were blocked.
Yeah.
And I sprayed, took the eye drops. I even put Vaseline around my eyes like I was buzzing, and I wasn't. I was done everything, and it wasn't working.
You said Vaseline around your eyes, yeah?
Yeah. Because it was so, dry and itchy, so I thought, let me just, moisturize it.
Yeah.
When I looked, because my eyes were red,
yeah,
you'd have thought, yeah, man, shit in there, I spun ganja, you know?
Oh, that is funny. That is funny. Big up yourself, our wonderful listeners. It's a new month. 1st of June today. Yeah, so we're excited.
We're in the 6th month.
We're in the 6th month. I remember just saying Happy New Year.
Yeah.
And then now, the 6th month. But you know what's crazy? A lot's happened in the last 6 months, man. A lot. Many things. Good and bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some expected and the unexpected. Do you know what I mean? And I believe, Marie, that we're going to have an exceptional rest of this year. Do you know what I mean?
I believe so.
I can feel some buzz. I can feel some momentum. I can feel some drive. Yeah. I can feel some elevation. I can feel some expansion. I can feel some new horizon.
Definitely.
Yeah, as you can hear. I'm enthusiastic about this stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like there's going to be a lot of answered prayers. Do you know what I mean? So
definitely
let us remain focused, because I believe, you know what I mean, it's gonna work in our favor.
And Jordan, sometimes this is what I believe. In life, as an individual, when you're going through some stuff and it intensifies, I believe that's when your breakthrough is coming.
100%.
But sometimes it still determines on you how you deal with it, because you can either get your breakthrough or you can delay it a little bit. But when it really gets like it's a gang up, there's so much going on.
It's a combination, isn't it?
Yeah, you're just like, all right. It's annoying, yes, but you're just like, okay, the blessing is not far now.
Not far.
It's just like when a woman's just about to have the baby.
Come on.
You see, just as about to push.
In the last push.
Intensifying up.
That's right.
No one to touch you. Everybody's getting karate chop,
Oh, that is funny.
But then once it intensifies and then you go for the last pressure.
Yeah.
Then you get a blessing, a beautiful blessing.
Yeah. This is the thing. It's important, man. It's important. And it's about having that conquering mindset. You know what I mean? And keeping your eyes on the prize. You know what I mean? I'd say that, one of the worst kind of things have happened to me in the last few weeks, behind the scenes. And a lot of people have been like, oh, Jordan, are you still gonna, do this? Are you still gonna go to work? Are you still gonna, and I've said, I have to. Yeah, I have to show up. Yeah, because it's taken a long time for me to, get in a rhythm of some things. Yeah, in the first place, I've got to keep going. Do you know what I mean? And some people just been like, oh, I thought that you would have probably taken a break and da da da. I'm like, listen, if I take a break, I am going to stop. Yeah, and once I stop, it is hard to get going again. Do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to really, keep in the rhythm of it. So,
and then sometimes when we are going through things, we don't have no choice but to be strong and keep it moving.
We gotta keep going.
You don't have it. Like some people have a choice where, do you know what? I just feel like I'm just gonna relax a bit. We, as individuals, some of us, we do not have the choice.
Yeah,
we have
that's
to
it.
Find a way to balance the best way that we can. And we have to still keep on going.
Gotta keep keeping on.
Yeah.
Gotta keep pushing. Gotta keep our foot on the gas. Even if you gear down, yeah. Even if you gear down, keep them wheels rolling. Yeah. Even if you have to go down to gear 1, it's better you do something. Do you know what I mean? Just even something very small. If you train, for example, but you can't get to the gym for whatever reason, just do one thing that is gonna count. Like wherever you are, do you know what I mean? That would make a difference. Do you know what I mean? Wherever it is that, you'd like to do, if you can't, get the whole thing done, if you can just get a little bit done, it still counts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just make it count. Make it count. Make it count. It's important, man. But Marie, how has your week been?
It's been good, actually.
It's
the half term.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been doing one of my favorite hobbies once I finish work, which is once I finish work and water and feed the little one, Special K.
Yeah.
Then I have that wonderful
Yep.
hour to half an hour to 2 hours, maybe. Sleep.
Yep. The recharge.
Even today, Jordan, when you called me, I was like, Jordan, no, I'm sleeping, innit?
Marie didn't make it seem like she was asleep until about 5 minutes into the call, because I was on a roll. So imagine I've called and said, I didn't get a chance to have a little nap just now. So, meanwhile, I've woken you up out of yours.
Yeah, it was nice,
gosh.
though. Well refreshed now.
Good.
But it's been a good week.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we've had a good weekend, Jordan, because we went to an event.
Yes, we did.
On
Friday. Yeah.
And we met some people that we know differently, and met some new people as well.
That's right.
So that was very nice to meet people in the community as well. And because, just with our lives, just, working, your family, and, just getting on with life, I saw people that I haven't seen for years that I actually grew up with. And sometimes you don't realize how close we are linked. In the community.
That's why I say you must live good.
Definitely.
Yeah. Must live good.
So it was really nice seeing people that I haven't seen for ages, and I got to meet. Was it 2 people we spoke to? Spoke to Christopher Ellis, which was lovely. To speak with him. He's such a lovely young man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, such a lovely young man. And there was another one. What's his name? Was it? I know him differently. I think
it is. I know what it is. I'm gonna defend you, Marie. I'm gonna save you because the man's got 2 names. Remember, he's got the name that from back in the day.
That I know him
and
as.
Then he's got a new name that he's going by.
His artist name.
His artist name. Yeah.
However, what we're going to do, big up on Bridget.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a song shortly.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna big him up.
We're gonna big him up properly.
Yeah.
You know
but
what I mean?
we met some lovely people when we was at the event. It was lovely.
Definitely.
It's nice to, get back and get in touch with people in the community. The people that we met, nobody was like, no, everybody was very approachable.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because it was a celebration. So because the event was for a celebration, they were in that celebration kind of mood. You know what I mean? Which was good because a lot of the time you're seeing people meeting up by force at a sad occasion.
Yes.
You know? And everyone says the same thing. Oh, we shouldn't be meeting up like this. But we were at a celebration, so that was very, very, very good.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that was good. But yeah, that was good, Marie.
And then on Monday, I had the privilege to go to City Splash, which it was nice. This year I was well geared up, so I had on leggings, trousers, top, hoodie, jacket, a fleece on top. I had my woolly hat with me because when it got to a certain time of the night,
the temperature just dropped.
Listen,
More than dropped.
Yes.
Yeah, more than dropped. Yeah,
and I felt it for some of the young ladies that was out there that was in shorts. I said, you know what? I would give you my hat, but I'm cold. Sorry.
Yeah. But the thing is, Marie, those folk knew that the temperature was gonna drop. They knew. I can't really do.
It depends because last year when I went, I had a nice like maxi dress on. I went 8:30. Come, I said, no, man.
You need to get out of it.
I was, as my friend would like to say, I had on a long vest. She said it wasn't. It was a nice, lovely dress.
A long vest.
Yes,
I like that. Yeah.
But it was cold. So I said no. Like Special K, she came with her winter coat
last year.
This year.
Oh, this year.
This year, Special K came with. Last year she came and she came this year. This year she was wearing her leggings, her jeans. Yeah. And she had her winter coat. Yeah. Because when that weather dropped, she was snugged.
Yeah. But you know, I noticed some people they knew what they were doing. They had like heavy hoodies that was wrapped around their neck, like with a little bow. Like they tied the sleeves into like a little bow. Or some ladies had it like wrapped around their waist and thing and whatever. They're just there dancing, whatever. And when it got to that time, they just put, you know what I mean? They just put it on.
Yeah, but it was still a bit chilly.
Yeah.
It was still a bit chilly. But other than that, it was a really nice festival. You know, I got there, say probably like 4. And it was nice. I left just as Carnix was doing one of his last performance on the stage.
Oh, so you took an exit before the crowd started stampeding. Okay.
So it get a bit cold. But it was lovely. And I saw like different people I haven't seen for a while. Long time. It was lovely.
Yeah. Quickly, even before, let's jump into okay, you know what it is? I was going to ask you a question. You could decide now if you're going to answer it now or if you want to answer it after the tune. But what do you think of the whole festival culture? Because that's where we're approaching right now. That is literally where we're approaching.
I will answer this after the tune. So the song that we are going to play today, I just thought, let's start with something, an oldie but a goodie. This is a song I actually grew up listening to, and it brings me back to this times where, if some of you, our beautiful listeners, may know, there used to be a movie called Rockers Out. It's an old movie, Jamaican movie. And my mother was a big fan of Gregory Isaac. And, we always got to remember the classic and pioneers of reggae music.
We said this last week.
Yeah, but you see, I'm a little bit old school. I'm young. Yeah, I'm young. But I have an old school mindset. Come on. I always like to go back to the old songs. So the song we're going to have today by Gregory Isaac is Slave Master.
Yo, you're tuned in to Just Cool Radio.
No competition. I'm making my decision, Every time I hear the music and I make a dip. Slave master comes around and spank her with his whip. But if I don't get my desire, then I've set the plantations on fire. My temperature is getting much higher. Got to give what I require. 'Cause every time we do the work, sometimes we are hurt. Oh yeah. Boss never do a thing but hold on to his skirt. But if I don't get my desire. Then I'll set the plantations on fire. My temperature is getting much higher. Got to give what I require. Now every time I hear the music and I move my hip. Slave master comes around and spank her with his whip. Oh, whip. Slave master, I'm the shepherd of thy pastor. Said you work me to scorn, so allow me make me go on. 'Cause if I don't get my desire, then I'll set the stations on fire. My temperature is getting much higher. Got to give what I require. Slave master, I'm the shepherd of thy pastor. You work me to scorn, so allow me make me go on. Back out with it, 'cause I'm accustomed to your whip. Yeah. And if the jealous is around, I'll surely take a sip. Said I'm accustomed to your whip. Judge, I know I'm true with it. Please get out with it.
Yeah, good.
Welcome back, beautiful listeners. So,
Yeah.
today's topic is mind the mindset.
You know when you hear mind, yeah, like when like when you're little, your grandparents, your parents, like when they're telling you to mind something, it's a warning. Yeah. Did you ever hear when a mind? When there was too many. Go on. You have to love
the Jamaican background.
Come on.
Some of the things they have said to us.
Yeah.
When you reflect back now, you're like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, did you really say that?
Yeah.
Because that can be defining something else right now.
Yeah. They didn't hesitate. They weren't reluctant. You know, they said it exactly how it was. You know.
No filter.
Yeah. Mind this, mind that, and it's the shouting, it's the correction within it. Like, oh no, mind this, mind. You have to mind this, mind that, mind bosun, mind this, mind whole heap of things. You know what I mean, that you need to mind. When you're in the London Underground, you know they say mind the gap, you know, and stuff like that. You better mind the gap, you know. You don't want your leg to fall down there or something. Do you know what I mean? It will be a very long day in the office. Yeah. So mind the gap. You know what I mean? But mind the mindset. Yeah. Mind the mindset.
What does that mean?
Well, look. We all have a mind. Yeah, we all have a mind. And our mind, believe it or not, amazing people, amazing listeners, your mind is subject to change. Yeah. One day you might like candy floss, another day you don't like candy floss. Yeah. I just use candy floss for example. Yeah. Because it's the first thing that came to mind. Yeah. You probably could get a candy floss at the festival, for example, depending. Yeah.
For £20.
Yeah, about $20. Yeah, about $20. Yeah. You might as well use gold to buy the candy floss these days. Yeah. So as your mind is subject to change, that is where the battlefield is, because as adults, it is our responsibility to have dominion and choice over our decisions. And yeah, like I said, using wisdom to make sound decisions as well. And some people are conscious about their decision making and some aren't. Some just go with the flow. So
would you say, Jordan, as individuals, because of like your upbringing, there's like morals and standards that you kind of have because this is what the environment you was raised in, your culture, an example. However, we have a choice of the things that we like and how we do think. However, there are many factors that we have allowed to influence our minds. It's that we allow the influence to become part of our thinking, our characteristics, the way how we go about things.
That's right. And when you said factors, I started to make some funny facial expressions because I was trying not to laugh, because there are some factors out there that folk don't usually think about that are affecting our minds in ways that we probably don't realize the type of impact it's having on our minds. And the
amount of time that these different factors that we are paying attention to. So, for example, if I'm listening, just going to give a small example. If I'm listening to like jazz music all the time, I'm going to want to just probably gravitate to more of a instrumental environment. It might just take me in a different way of thinking.
Facts.
Yeah? So if I'm feeding myself garbage TV, then that's going to eventually become part of my reality, right?
That's right.
Because that's what I'm feeding my mind with.
That's right.
To where I'm going to start, even though at first I'm thinking, yeah, man, it's just TV. It's going to start becoming like my reality now. That when I'm doing things in my life, I'm going to be like, relating it back to something I've been feeding myself with. But it's not necessarily the right things.
True. And you see, as we're talking about the mindset, we got to think about how we're spending our time. And we've got 3 focuses that we want to start our conversation with this evening about. 1, being social media. In fact, let's not introduce all 3. Let's just do one at a time.
Yes.
Let's talk about social media, for example, and how social media can affect our outlook in life. Because
Do you know, Jordan, I must say, you see with social media,
go on.
the only form of social media I used to have was only WhatsApp. And that's because I've got family abroad and it's easy to speak to them.
That's right.
It's the free call. I never used to have Instagram, which I used to call Wastagram. I don't have WhatsApp, which is Snapchat. Because to me, I've seen people, I'm driving and they're like this. Yeah. And I'm like, can't you see? Like, but maybe because like, I've never been really a fan of like social media like that, so I don't really see the big excitement. And sometimes people say, "Oh, didn't you see this is on social media?" No. However, I do realize how that is such a dominant thing that's going on in today's society. And I remember I think someone said to me like on the Snapchat, like people can know where you are. They have a location thing.
Yeah. You got to turn it off. You got to turn it off because people will know where you are. Wow. Yeah. I've got family in California, and these bastards didn't know that they had their location on. I was like, "Oh, so what are you doing at the mall?" Like, "Oh, how do you know?" I said, "Well, yeah, I can see where you're at. Wow. Yeah, I can see where you're at." Yeah. Do you know what I mean? The next time. And she said she can turn it off, and she didn't. And next time I see her down Huntington Beach,
Good thing she wasn't taking a sickie off work.
Yeah. Because you see, that's the next thing now. Like, you can't even have like your management and all them thing there. on your socials and that.
But the
if
thing,
they're,
sometimes
they're
people
preying.
have everybody on there. So
Yeah.
your manager,
your
your manager's cat, dog,
But
everybody's on there.
If you got them on there, you got them on there. But I'm saying you can't have them on there when your location's on there, when you're saying that you're sick and you're at Huntington Beach, for example. That's where it gets a bit pickly. Do you know what I mean? A bit of a pickle jar there. You know what I mean? Liard. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Steve, there's loads of features that should really make people think about how they're posting and when they're posting and stuff like that, because it just gives a lot of things away, gives people a sense of people's rhythm and routine and stuff like that. So yeah, there are some things like that. But to get into the question more, Marie, just read the first question again and then we'll address social media. Just for anyone who's just joined, we've just seen a few people joining the TikTok now. Okay. So big salute to you. We're going to repeat the question for you.
So our topic today is mind the mindset. What are mentally consuming that affects our outlook, which is social media, music, explicit content.
And if we're starting with the social media, then maybe we want to choose a social media. Let's start with the Insta, for example. The reason why I'll start with Instagram is because it deals with two main things, which are photographs and videos, kind of thing. So if we're talking about photographs and videos, then if you're following someone on Instagram, then you're looking at their photos and you're looking at their videos, for example. And some people can underestimate how much they are influenced by the people that they follow, for example. So if you're looking at a certain type of content all the time, certain type of photographs, certain type of videos, you then start to subconsciously inhale, like what those people are posting. Do you know what I mean? And if you're following many people who are similar, for example, then before you know it, you might start being incredibly influenced by those type of photos and videos, for example. And some of it can be unhealthy.
So for example, if I was following like a particular, I don't know, because my background is from like Jamaica, the Caribbean. So if I decided to follow a particular artist, I'm not even going into it because I probably might say the wrong one.
Yeah.
And then they are very like all out there. Everything's all over the place, all over the shop. So if I'm watching...
Wait, are you suggesting a female, by the way?
It could be a male or female.
Okay, yeah, cool.
But I'm just giving an example. So if I'm starting to follow them, and so that means when you follow them, they come up on your feed, isn't it?
That's right.
And then every time I'm seeing some kind of context that is not always appropriate.
Yeah.
If that's all I'm seeing every time I go on my Instagram, and I'm a person that's always on Instagram, eventually there's going to be those images are going to start having an impact on my subconscious.
Like seeds sown in your mind.
So for example, and then eventually I could be saying, no, I'm going to go shopping today, and end up buying a song, an outfit, or something that wouldn't be like my character, would it?
Yeah.
Because subconsciously, it's getting into my subconscious mind.
Yeah.
And I think this is what we need to understand as individuals, is that, you can see things and just think like, okay, you've seen it, but you have a subconscious mind that is feeding in so much than what you even realize.
That's right.
And then when it gets too late, you realize, so why am I doing this? Why am I talking like this? Why am I behaving like this? It's because you've had so much of the sub going into the subconscious mind. Like sometimes you can, like back in the day, used to say like in some music, they used to have like a hidden message. It used to be played backwards, but you couldn't tell that the song had a message in it, because when you're listening to it, it just sounds like whatever. But when they reversed it, it was saying, you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you're shocked. You're surprised when you start hearing it.
But you didn't realise, because you'd be thinking, why of a sudden I kind of start liking such and such?
Yeah.
Because you couldn't understand where did that come from.
Yeah. The subliminal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes in these, that's the words I'm looking for. So sometimes in the feeds that we are seeing on the social media, there are subliminals in there, but you can't always see it.
Yeah.
And that in itself is getting into the subconscious mind and influencing what comes from us. So for example, you could say, no, I don't like, for argument's sake, drinking and smoking. Then all of a sudden you're having an urge for it. You're like, where's that coming from? I'm not being around people that's doing that. It's getting into the subconscious mind.
Definitely. And these are the things that start to affect your outlook. Particularly like if you said, if you're not into drinking and smoking for argument's sake, and then you're seeing loads of things on your feed about where people are drinking and smoking. You're seeing videos of people drinking and smoking, photos of people drinking and smoking. You think, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind this, or wouldn't mind that, for example. And you might not realize where the influence or the idea kind of stemmed from, or how it was birthed, kind of thing.
Or like sometimes, like you can watch something like these dance or like videos, or you're watching it so much, and because you see like the girls as well as the men, they're having like the bottles of the juice, because you're seeing that so much, you're thinking that's what you're supposed to do. So you're taking your last rent money,
Oh glory,
and I'm going to dance,
oh glory,
and buy juice that you can't afford,
oh glory,
and you're stunting because you're thinking that is how you're supposed to be, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
it's just an image.
Yeah. On that note there, I'll give you a joke. This happened on Sunday, yeah? Over the bank holiday weekend. What you just explained there, I saw it with my own too. Yeah? So there was an event going on, and people were, really enjoying the music. And, the girls, the ladies, they were really enjoying the music. They were making it known to the DJs that they're really proud of how the music's, being played and conveyed. Yeah. So one guy slaps down some cash. Money, pull up that. Yeah.
Okay, where'd he get that money from?
Yeah.
So that wasn't the children's lunch money.
Slap down.
He might have got a week off because it was half term.
Yeah. So slap down the money. Then my man's going in again. Then the girls are screaming, excited, and all that kind of stuff. See you next month. Money, pull up that. So what happened was, folks started to money pull up onto the DJ, yeah, because there was just that urge, yeah. Just like, it's like, all right, if you're on the underground, yeah, and a homeless person comes on your carriage and asks if you have money, or asks the first person, if they have any money to give them, yeah. Oh no, sorry. Oh sorry. No, sorry. Oh no, sorry. Because people's following the oh no, sorry.
Yeah.
Someone comes on. Yeah, let me just I think I got a bit of change, Then now you're wondering if you got some change. Yeah? Because it's like you're following what is the norm around you at the time. So
why can't you just be your authentic self?
Well, some people can be their authentic self, but what I was going to say about that function on Sunday, folks started to go up to, people after, people who they're close with, obviously. Boy, I gave my man like a chunk out of my rent,
You're lying.
Yeah, I gave, but when you said it, about the kids' lunch money, it weren't the lunch money, it was rent. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. And then you see, because as they say, Anton, look, folks say, Anton, to me that I've got an honest face. Yeah. So folk feel like they can just, tell me the truth. You don't have to, make believe. You don't have to tell me a fib. Do you know what I mean? I didn't ask if that were your rent money or not. But you just told me that was your rent money that you gave the DJ, because DJs they were shelling. Yeah, the spinning tunes. You know, by the time you got all the sound effects, the glass smashing, like all them kind of stuff, yeah? And everyone's all getting excited, and the girls are all getting excited, whatever, and they're snapping. Yeah, because again, social media. Because remember, it's the effect that social media has on your outlook. Yeah? So the girls are all got the camera panning around, screaming, all that kind of stuff. Yeah? So some of them are all snapping certain man going in their pocket and putting, you know what I mean, a £20, a £50 and all that down to the DJ to spin up the tune.
£1 down?
A pound? No, that would be unacceptable. You can't put a pound on the table, could you? I would put a pound down if a pound was all I have. I would say to the DJ, yo, brother, you know what I mean? I'll say, this is all I got, yeah? It might not be enough to spin the tune, you know, but this is all I got. Yeah, just spin the wheel a tad, yeah? Just a tad, yeah? For example. But you see, in that case, yeah, if for example, you're seeing them slapping down 20s and all them kind of stuff. If I only had a pound or a next man only had a pound, you're not putting no pound down. What kind of pound? For girls to be snapping that? But the thing is, I don't care too much about what folk kind of say, if that makes sense. But it's like, it's not the norm to put a pound down. So that's why you don't put a pound down. But if I had, like, for example, 10 £1 coins and I can only put down £1 because I need the 9, for example, then I would give him the 1. Because I'm being realistic about my own means, if that makes sense. But I might not give him the £1 because, again, I might feel like that's not what you do, kind of thing. You give them the paper. You give them the type that folds. Remember them coming to America? When they're at the little conference there, yeah? Yeah. And Lisa, yeah, she's just saying, like, you know, like...
Yeah, did you put that money in? He's like, yeah. No, you didn't.
Not that bit. The bit about when they're asking for the money, yeah? And then she goes, like, rather than... Like, some line to the effect of, like, rather than the money that jingles, we would like the money that folds. Oh, yeah? Okay. Yeah, because she's being frank, she's being clear about it. So, like, the thing is, yeah, I heard the same event on Sunday, yeah. I've got there a long while after the event started, yeah. Let's just put it as that. When I've walked in, I'm trying to just mind my business, yeah, and quickly just go to the bar and get a drink and just mind my business. When people saw me, cameras like, what time do you call this? Yeah? So rather than saying hello to me, the cameras are automatically in my face. Yeah? How do you know I wanted the camera in my face? Big them up anyway, cause it's people I like. But what I'm saying is, that was the instant reaction to start snapping. Raw, he pulled up, yeah, just before it finishes. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that was going on. So you can see how the social media has given people a certain type of outlook and stuff like that. It's almost like making people feel appreciated because someone filmed you or filmed them, right? If that makes sense.
I also think it's making people also feel like a peer pressure, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, like back in the day, you can feel peer pressure by the group of people you're around. It's no longer the group that you're around. It's what society's narrative is pushing forward. And my concern is the impact that it's having on the individual minds now. Because, you know, we've already dealt with identity and looking at it from that aspect. But remember, if we do not have a healthy mindset, this is also affecting our general well-being. So that is what we're looking at today, is like, what are we consuming in our mindset?
That's right.
That's not only affecting our mindset, but the whole body.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, if I'm not trying to be on the road stunting, yeah, on people trying to set an image when I owe people money.
Oh, glory.
Having a bucket of juice by my foot and acting like I have money.
Oh, glory.
When I know I owe people loads of money.
Oh, glory.
Why would you do that? Stay in your lane.
Some folk do, though. This is what I'm saying, because again, it's the perception. Because think about it, yeah. You're not snapping like the least exciting part of the evening. You're not snapping the part where you don't look like you've got things going on. You're snapping the most exciting part where it looks like you've got things going on. That's what people naturally do when they're out, because they're doing it for social media. Remember, when they post, yeah, they're posting it because A, they want to post it, but 2, they don't really ask themselves why the real reason they want to post this stuff is, because 9 times out of 10 you're posting for a reaction.
Yeah.
So the type of outlook it's given is so social media nowadays is giving a lot of people a reaction based ideology. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing it for a reaction, but yes, you're doing it for a reaction, because if you're posting your business, you're posting it for interaction. But people are posting things for reaction bases and for validation bases and purposes.
And that's the thing. It's like the validation is because of how, whatever factors of how you perceive yourself, isn't it? Which means that if you're not feeling great mentally about yourself, then how you're going to deal with your temper, you're not going to deal with that great as well. So you need to always be having the narrative that social media is saying that, oh, you need to look a particular way, dress a particular way. You know, if you're going out, this is how you're supposed to do it. Remember, when people say, oh, yeah, well, you're supposed to do this, that, and the other. For example, they could say, yeah, you need to have a car. Did they tell you about road tax, MOT, servicing, petrol, tyres when they go down?
Yep.
If you're going to say the car, like, let's tell about the extension stuff that comes with it as well.
Yeah.
You know, make sure you got your MOT money.
Facts.
So if you don't pass it, you have to go and make sure you get all the bits so you can pass it.
Facts.
Servicing, you might need to get some bits for it. So you're going to need to buy those stuff. What if an unexpected something happens to the car? You need to fix it. Tires going low, puncture, you got to fix that one time. You only get one spare tire. Some cars don't have spare tires. So you've got to kind of weigh the costs. And if you're putting on a false narrative, what does that do to you mentally? Now, that also, your mental thoughts will begin to have an impact on your physical body. Now, it's gone as far in nowadays where people are actually destroying their temple now, whether it's internally or externally now.
100%.
And that's through some of the stuff that we're consuming at times via social media.
Yep. It's very, very serious. You know what? We got a lot to skim through. We're going to get back to social media in a sec. We're going to go on to the music quickly. Music, yeah. That
Very
one
powerful.
there, very powerful.
Very powerful.
The angel of music. Yeah, the angel of music was the one who fell from heaven. You know what I mean? Had a lot of influence. You know what I mean? He's put his influence in the air, in the airwaves. You know what I mean? In the music. You know what I mean? Very, very, very deep. And you'd be surprised what kind of impact. Sorry, this hay fever thing. Yeah, you'll be surprised what kind of impact it has on people. Because remember I said.
And that also with music, as I mentioned before, can get into your subconscious. I learned many years ago is that at night when you're going to sleep, it's not good for you to leave music on. Yeah. Because you don't know. You could be just playing something. And it could be just a radio station. But remember, it's on for a particular, certain amount of hours. Yeah. So when that comes off, you don't know what the next set of music's coming on. You don't know what's coming with that music. And
while you're asleep.
And when you're sleeping, you're in a subconscious state. So that means whatever is playing is getting into your subconscious. Sometimes you could wake up and you end up humming this tune, like, where did I hear this tune from? It's got into your subconscious.
Facts.
So if you're hearing these things and it's got into your subconscious, then you're going to start wondering, you're going to start moving in different ways, the way how it could be just how you spend your money, how you dress, how you interact with people. Sometimes some of the things in the music that we're listening to, it can have a damaging to us mentally if you're not mentally strong, to where you start to destroy yourself mentally as well as physically.
100%. Because going back to what I witnessed on Sunday, remember I got there near the end, so I can't imagine what was going on beforehand. Yeah, but I saw the effect that music was having on these. Remember, I said the people snapping. I've walked in, cameras on me. Yeah, for example, people's having a good time, panning the camera around, snapping. They're enjoying themselves, enjoyment. But remember, they wouldn't have been doing that if it was silent and the pin could drop. It was once certain tunes started playing, the effect that it had on them, the effect that it had on their outlook. The joke is, some of these people are professionals, yeah? Like, some of them have got good careers and they have a form that they need to uphold when they're out and about. Now, I'm not saying everyone who goes to work and is very professional needs to be professional 24/7. No, I'm not saying that. But I know a lot of these people's bosses would be very shocked to see them like that.
And some people have been sacked because social media has exposed them in, even though it's out, they will say, well, it's outside of work hours, but you know,
the conduct, innit?
Yeah, it's your conduct. Remember, if someone says, okay, you work, for example, I don't know, a big company, wherever you go, even if you're outside of work hours, it's like you're still
representing
part
them.
of them.
You're still representing them.
You're still representing them. So when you're acting in a way that you think it's fun, but it can be seen degrading and the sight of your company or your boss, it's been a sackable offence.
Facts. I'm not saying that the bosses might not do something janky and funky as well. I'm not saying that, no. But I'm saying how some of these lot were going on, when they heard the music, the effect and the impact their music had on their outlook at the time, it was that when the money tunes were coming on, bare tunes about money, when all the money tunes come on, that's when the man them start.
And the man took out his rent money.
Yeah.
And now he's got to be on a payment plan for the next 3 weeks. Months, just to clear
or sacrifices, you know what I mean? You must have some sacrifices there that he needs to. But at the time, it looked lit though. It looked good. They all looked excited at the time, because it's like, raw, you know what I mean? Like, you're putting bare money in the DJ's hand and all them kind of stuff, and the DJ, they're feeling it, like, just, you know what I mean? They're in their element. Yeah, Anton's running some money tunes right now. Just Cool Radio, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, in that room they were disturbing the silence. I tell you that for free, and they were catching the Ayabedi, you know what I mean? Because there was a lot going on, you know what I mean? But the effects of it, again, it was very serious. Then let's get on to the after the money tunes and that, the vulgar tunes. Let's just touch on the vulgar tunes, because again, it's like some of these, I'm not saying that people's life should, they should become, how do I say it, a nun or a monk, or monk, or you know what I mean, a boring granny or grandfather once they've had children. No, I'm not saying that, but it's the fact that I know that some of these people's children wouldn't appreciate seeing their parents, Antoine's just hitting it again, you know what I mean, with the tunes, you know what I mean, because like how some of them were carrying on, like one of my friends' mums, certain times, she's got like a little joke, if she sees me like a certain type of way, like as in not in house clothes and that, she's just like, yeah man, Jordan, you go on with yourself, like say I'm going out somewhere, whatever, I'm like, yeah mom, like what's going on, go on, bad man, go on with yourself, and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So living it up, do you know what I mean? Living it up. So I saw some of them,
Go on with themselves.
Yeah, how I saw something little going on and that. Yeah, I thought to myself, do you know what? You lot are drinking a lot. Yeah, because I'm not saying you can't go out and have a drink. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that now I can see. Because remember, I've got there towards the end of the event. So they've been drinking for a mighty long. You know what I mean? Some people are spending more on alcohol than they probably should have, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. They were passing that Cavossier, mate. Yeah, they were passing that Cavossier. They were passing the Henny. Bare shots. You know what I mean? Bare shots going in. You know, random shots, tequila, like everything. You know what I mean? And then that's the other thing, they're snapping it as well. Like, yeah, like everyone's snapping the shots and whatnot. You know what I mean? And then you see, then people started to loosen up. Yeah.
You know, like when you do a warm up at the gym and ready to just.
Yeah. They loosened up because I think some of these females as well, I think they forgot that they got a man and all them kind of stuff as well. Yeah, and some of the guys, I think they forgot they had a girl. You know what I mean? So everyone had
go on with themselves.
Yeah, I'm telling you, to that extent where they had the goldfish memory. You know what I mean? They started to have memory loss. Do you know what I mean? Very short memory span at that moment in time. You know what I mean? Because they were interacting, how they were interacting and whatnot. But again, it's the words of the music. Because Marie, if the jazz music was thumping like that,
they wouldn't be like that.
They wouldn't be like that. If we was listening to jazz that loud, they wouldn't. But it's the words, because it's like the artist has made the tune with intention. They've made the tune to make people get to that state. Do you know what I mean? Like, they know.
Do you allow whatever you could be listening? Like, you know, you're free to listen, watch whatever you choose to do in your life. But isn't there like a boundary to where you must be able to say, do you know what? This is getting a bit much. I'm not going to allow it to change my mindset or my thinking that can affect me long term.
Yeah, it's deep. It's deep because it's like then the music went from the money music to the explicit music, and then now everyone's under the juice and loosened up and that. Like, they're starting to think about where they're going after and stuff like that. But on a normal, you might have had more, you know, self-control and stuff like that, but now everything's, you know what I mean, guards down and them thing there and all of that kind of stuff. But it's like, due to the explicit lyrics, yeah, because they say eyes are the window to your soul, I'm sure the ears are too, because you're listening to how descriptive the music is. You know what I mean? It's very descriptive, and then it'll start making people think of
other descriptive things.
Yeah. So the imagination starts to run wild. You know what I mean? Wild. Yeah. Wild thoughts. Yeah. So had all that going on, and then when you think of, like, say, explicit content and stuff like that, because that is another thing that we shouldn't ignore. Yeah, like, explicit content isn't like once before. It was more taboo. It was more like, oh my gosh, like, you can't watch that, you can't. Now people are telling you that they make this content themselves. Yeah, like, boldly. Yeah, because they're just like, well, you know what? At the end of the day, it's my residual. You know what I mean? I just made one video, and in essence, people are purchasing the video, and yeah, I haven't left my house, so to speak, but I'm getting paid for it, and blah blah blah. So there's a whole lot of discussion kind of around the explicit content. But if you're watching explicit content a lot, and then you go to these functions where there's the explicit music, and then you're getting,
it's like a breeding ground now, isn't it?
Yeah, because I saw people rubbing up on people who they should not have been rubbing up on. And I'm not judging anyone, you know. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying I was there. I remember, because I got there later on, I wasn't under the same influence as them, kind of thing. I've got there very observant when people are very under the influence of what they're inner by then, you know what I mean? And I could see what kind of outlook folk started to have. And you know, at the end and that, when some girls are drunk and that, and like, oh, I'm not sure, like, oh, my cab hasn't come in, and all this kind of stuff. There's like 3 men fighting to, you know, take the girl's phone to see how far her cab is, and why are you gonna get a cab, man? Come with me, man. You know what I mean? So you can see everything that's going on, but I'm just there like sober, you know what I mean? And because I've got responsibilities, I've got to, you know, drive people home and whatever I've got to do what I've got to do, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I could see how what people consume mentally has, you know, what kind of impact it has. I'm just looking. Okay, sorry. Okay, y'all just having a little look. Lena said, them women make you feel real nice. But I'm not sure when she said that, at what part I was talking. But I'm talking stumbling, Marie. Like, some of them stumbling, like, oh, like, I'm embarrassed. Like, oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed. And I know these lot have got good jobs. I know these lot are sensible people and whatnot. But they just, in the moment, they just got too merry, and you know what I mean? All one girl, she kind of just stumbled, yeah, and like she was near the road. I had to just grab her quickly. I said, yo, oh my gosh, thank you, like, oh my gosh. I was like, stand over there, blood. You're waiting for your... I'm not meaning to be rude or stern or whatever, because I'm not being rude or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, if you keep wobbling like this, a car could lick you in the dark. So stand over there, son, you know what I mean? Just wait for your cab and whatnot, you know what I mean? Because I'm very much like an overseer. Like, when I'm at certain things, if I feel like if I've got any connection to a certain event or something, I'll just make sure, yeah, everyone's good, everyone's okay. You know what I mean? That's more my kind of thing, you know what I mean? I don't really go there and don't know how to get home kind of thing, or to gone to drive home or what have you, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my kind of perspective. But I could see how the social media got these people from beforehand.
Yes.
I could see how, because you know what it is, people watch people's, if there's an event going on, people will watch people's snaps beforehand to see what the event's looking like. Oh yeah, it looks like it started now. Yeah, let me go. Then they hurry up and go, because they're probably ready at home drinking from beforehand. And then they see the snaps. Oh yeah, it's looking like it's starting to get lively. Oh, there's more people there, let's go. Then they pull up there. Then they get to go and get the snap in. It just gets more people coming in. Then, you know what I mean, more money man music and them thing there. And, you know what I mean, the boss girls putting money down, and then now the vulgar kind of music, and then yeah, it's just all kind of interlinked. You know what I mean? So it definitely does have an effect on outlook. But if we're gonna move
Jordan,
on,
I'm just thinking, like, as a woman myself, you know, if I was to go out and hear these lyrics that are saying about a women, da 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 da, me personally, I'm gonna be so uncomfortable, because I'm thinking, the way how I view myself as a woman, I'm not trying to agree with those lyrics that says women are da 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 da. No, I understand.
No. And
because for me, I feel I would probably leave. That's just how I am. Because I'm thinking, the more that I'm in that environment and I'm taking that in, what is that doing to my perspective to look at myself as a woman? Yeah. So am I going to start questioning that? Well, I believe as a woman, I view myself as A, B, or C. But because I'm in that arena, and I'm continuously listening to these lyrics, I'm going to start now change my mindset of how I view myself as a woman. So if I carry myself as a lady, I might decide that I'm not going to be that much of a ladylike now, because the lyrics are encouraging that, yeah, man, that's fine. It's normal for you to just be, you know, a mother, could be a grandmother and skin it up on tabletop. No. And if I'm hearing that all the time, I'm going to think that's the norm. So that's going to alter and influence my mindset because that's the arena that I'm around. And then if that is what I'm doing to myself mentally, what on earth would I start doing to myself physically?
Now, this is where I was actually going to go, Marie. I was actually go in this direction here because there's a lot of deliberate, like, how do I say it? A lot of deliberate acts that, you know, I saw people have. Like, there's things that the guys are wearing in there to be noticed. I'm not saying like you don't wear nice things. Like, you see me, I'm an extremist. There's some days I'll wear house clothes. I don't care. Yeah, someone can see me in traffic, I've got on house clothes. I'm not saying I should look pop down, no, but I'm just saying if I'm on an errand.
Jordan, you need to when Jordan says house clothes, let me define it for you guys, because it sounds like you're in one creased up ripped t-shirt and some like washed out jeans. No, when Jordan says house clothes, Jordan's probably talking about a night tracksuit that probably, it's like he's probably had it maybe for a couple of months, so he's considered it as house clothes. It's not a washout, fade up pair of jeans or trousers. So we're just trying to give a bit of context here, Jordan, because you're making it sound like house clothes.
Well, all right. So, all right. But you know what? I've got house clothes because, all right. Let me leave the house clothes thing there. But what I mean is, I can go somewhere being very comfortable, not minding what people think or anything when I'm out and whatever. I'm not trying to impress anybody when I'm going anywhere. Yeah, cool. Because I'm doing errands. Do you know what I mean? Then on the flip side, I might be invited somewhere where I need to make a bit more of an effort kind of thing. And then I will make an effort kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I mean by an extremist in that sense. But what I do mean though is that I can wear something to a function and not feel any pressure like, oh, I need to wear something like those guys because those guys to fit in, or no, I'm not that kind of person. Like, because I'm not the clothes, you know. The clothes are not me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm me. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not bothered about the clothes because I'm me. Do you know what I mean? But there's some guys out there who are worried about the clothes because they're just like, yeah, like I've got to wear this or I've got to wear that. And that makes them feel some type of way.
But I think that also goes to also like with the image as well, isn't it?
Precisely.
Just like how, you know, for example, we was out on Friday.
Yeah.
And you can see it was more of a celebration. Everybody was just
networking.
It's a
celebration. Yeah,
but
that's it.
As I like circled around and just walked around, I saw like just maybe one or two people that had like a bucket with juice by their feet. And I kind of thought it was out of context because of the arena that we was in. So in that perspective, that's an image that they have been going to where for them to have that, it makes them look like them have money. Which may not necessarily be the case.
It may not necessarily be the case. It may not. But again,
it could be. But sometimes it's not the case.
Sometimes it's not. But again, some of these things appear like props or accessories to kind of make the people feel, again, the validation, acceptance, or that they've achieved some form of status because that's how they were going on in the place. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I'll give you an example because I know I want to move on to a next thing quickly. Yeah, but for example, you see, if I'm out and I don't have the time, do you know what I do? If I don't have a watch on, I look at my phone. Yeah. Do you know what a lot of people who wear watches also do?
Oh no, they have watches on just for the fun of it.
Yeah, they have the watches on for the fun of it because
sometimes they don't have to correct the time either.
So they're gonna look at their phone, if they need to know the time. But the type of watches that some of these lot are wearing is watches so people can notice them, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, me personally, I don't have that same kind of issue, like, because I've got to call it an issue, because some of these people won't go anywhere without a watch, because they will feel like their status is reduced because they don't have a watch on. If that makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
But it's not any watch. It has to be a particular brand.
Well, yeah.
And do you know what I've noticed as
you know
a
me,
woman?
I'm being vague, but the people that know.
Like, let's just, come on, Jordan. Let's just be real, because this is what we do. Evening talks.
Yep.
We're just real.
Yep.
I went out maybe, not last year, the year before. And it's like, you know, I was there and this guy was like, oh, like, look at my watch. It looks like it's got diamonds. So I said, okay. I just said okay, because whether your watch has got diamonds or not, I don't care like that. Like, I'm happy for you. I'm glad you're happy, but you didn't need to highlight that to me, because that doesn't faze me. It doesn't at all.
You just spoiled it, like.
Yeah, that kind of made me think you're one of those that needs to feel that because you've got a watch that you think has got diamonds on it or whatever you said you has on it, that makes you. Me personally, let me have a good edified conversation with you and you're speaking sense and you don't lie and you're serious and you're cool. That will get my attention. Yeah. You want to show material stuff. And there's times I've gone out like with the girls then, and you might say to someone, oh, because we don't always have our phones on us. Well, I don't anyway. They'll say, oh, what time is it? We know it's late in the night, Jordan. Why are you telling me it's 8:45 when I know it's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning? So you're stunting with a watch that you don't even know how to set the time on. Why?
Because again, this is what I'm going to lead into the next point now about healthy insecurities. Yeah. Because we can have healthy insecurities. Loads of us have
I think we all have it.
Insecurities.
Yeah.
And then what you also got to then consider is this a healthy insecurity, or are we unaware that this could be self-hate? Because that could definitely come across as a self-hate.
So should we define to our beautiful listeners what unhealthy insecurity is to what we may define as self-hate?
Definitely. Let's look into this, because I was gonna say, Marie, in terms of the healthy insecurities, what could be a healthy insecurity?
So for example, as individuals, as you know, not one of us on this earth, wherever you are, whether you're in London, England, Jamaica, Canada, wherever, not one of us is perfect.
That's right.
So some must say, oh, do you know what, like, I don't know, like my forehead could be a bit big. That's a healthy insecurity, because you're saying, oh yeah, like my forehead, it's a bit big, but you're not saying it where like
you don't hate yourself.
I need to do something about it.
Yeah.
You're just saying, oh yeah, God just gave me a lot of on the forehead, but thank you, I'm blessed still. But then there's a flip side to where it becomes unhealthy, to where insecurity, where it can become as self-hate.
That's right.
To where you start to alter how you was made, which is going on with the mindset and a deeper issue within oneself.
100%. So in terms of the self-hate now, because we're saying some people may be unaware that they themselves are experiencing self-hate. So I believe that a lot of people are experiencing self-hate and they're unaware of it, because we see what kind of extents people start going to. Do you know what I mean? And like you mentioned earlier, Marie, when we had a brief conversation, said people need to be reminded that we're made in the image of God. Yeah, we're made in God's likeness. Yeah, so it's funny.
But that's
a lot
not
of people,
only on the outside.
Oh, come on.
It's within. It means what comes out, the love, the respect, your morals, your standard. These are the things that make us. The outside, if you want to look at it from a biblical perspective, it's just the shell that houses your spirit.
That's right.
So whether
the shell that houses your spirit, that's big.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Now, I'm not saying that you mustn't beard, you mustn't groom your hair. I'm not saying no. Take care of yourself, but in moderation, isn't it?
Breathe.
Remember, it's deeper. The outside, it is eventually going to wither. It's what comes from within. This is what we have said in previous episodes, is who you are. It's not the outside.
It's not the man in the car.
No.
Sorry, it's not the car, it's the man in the car.
Yes.
Sorry, it's not the car.
Yes.
It's not the car, it's the man in the car. Remember, Marie, I just started smirking there. You had to hold it in, because remember when we was in the line at the event on Friday?
You know,
that lady, that lady is a nutter. She's a nutter. She said that common sense is like deodorant. Those
do you know, we were standing in the line, and my phone was in my bag, the smallest bag ever, so I had it on silent. I heard my phone go off when I saw the comment, because Jordan sent it to me so discreetly. When I saw it, I was in fits of laughter.
Yeah. She said that common sense is like deodorant.
Wow.
Those who need it most rarely use it.
Oh, wow.
I said, oh, glory.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
and she was yelling this loud.
Yeah, she was loud.
She was loud and proud about it. You know what I mean? Because, there could have been a little more acts of maturity at some various points as we were outside before we got into the venue. But wow, when that woman said that, I was laughing, man. I thought, what a funny character, what a G. But
and she didn't say as she was serious when she said it.
No, yeah, she was serious. She really meant it. She didn't mind, the people who rarely use the common sense to hear, and if anyone had a problem, I think she would have pulled them up on it. She would have definitely checked them on it. But what we were saying about the unaware of the self-hate is, it's going back to that again, that perception of what you're seen as in society, whether that's a party, whether that's when you're on holiday, like wherever it is, people want to be seen a certain type of way. They want a certain perception, and they want to be seen looking a certain way, so much that they will go to any extent to get to it if they can. So like Marie was saying, a healthy insecurity would be then to say like, oh, don't really like this, don't really like that, or but you kind of just brush past it because you're thankful to be alive, you're thankful to be well, you know what I mean, you're thankful that your brain is functioning. Do you know what
it's
I mean?
like one of those things you just say, oh, so go.
Just
keep it moving.
You keep it moving.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, there's folk out there who can't move past what perhaps could have been a healthy insecurity, and then they go and do other things to alter, their situation or alter their body, and then they can put their freedom at risk, they can put their health at risk, and they can even put their life at risk.
Yes.
Because not everyone comes out the other side.
Yeah.
And it's very, very sad, because what I'm starting to see now is this is within people that I actually know.
It's like closer to home
like
now.
Now it's closer to home. Like before it was like someone far out, or what. Now it's people close to home I know have gone and done things to their body to, look a certain way, and suffered some severe infections.
Like, we're not saying if that is your choice,
trouble,
you want to do with your life. We're not like
we're not knocking that.
We're not
that's
knocking
the thing.
you.
That's the thing. We're not knocking it.
But for me, it's like the long term, isn't it? Are you doing it because it's a medical reason to help you to continue fulfill purpose and life, or you're just doing it because you want your body to be now your truth? I don't know. Are you doing it because you're trying to get the attention of a man or whatsoever, or you just want to be seen? So if that's why you're doing it, consider your factors. You're putting your life at risk. For example, if you go and do that to yourself and you decide you want to have more children whatsoever, are you considering what your body goes through changes as a woman when you're having a child? Are you considering, when you've done these things, what impact it can have for you when you're carrying your child and after you have your child?
Facts.
As I said, if you want to do this, listen,
We're
I'm
not
happy
saying
for you.
anything, you know what
But
I mean?
think about, you know, the long term. Like for me, I'm going to be honest. I am not a woman. I don't wear tattoos. I don't like tattoos. However, if you like tattoos, I'm so happy for you. For me, my concept is why I didn't want a tattoo because A, I have paper in my house if I want to draw. And B, I just thought that if I'm going to draw on my arm, as I get older, even though I'm still young, when I get older and then my elastication in my body decides they want to go left and right and north and south, when I've got a smile on my face, why is it frowning? That's how I'm seeing it. So that's why I said, nah, I'm cool, isn't it? However, I don't think for this 5 minutes here, I try to think long term. So all I am encouraging male and females, live your life how you want to live your life, but mentally think about the choices you're making that will only affect you mentally, but your body, your health, that can also affect others who are around you as well. You know, none of us wants to hear that, you know, people who are even closer to us, you're doing things to yourself and then something fatal's happened to you.
This is it. And remember, the whole reason why I even mentioned that is not to get at anyone who makes any, you know, alterations or amendments to their body. No, it is, we're asking the question, yeah, is it a healthy insecurity that you have, yeah, or could it be that you're unaware that you're experiencing some self-hate? Because some people go to this extent and then they risk a lot. Like Marie was saying, it could be coming at the expense of your family, for example. Because as I said, I know people who's gone and done certain alterations to their body and their effects have been very, very, very bad. And we're talking severe infections. We're talking like the NHS don't even want to touch you because they're saying we didn't do this.
So it's not, it's off our hands.
This ain't even, so you might need to, you know, go back to where you came from and go and get it sorted out. And that's when your flesh is chatting rubbish. You know what I mean? Literally, your flesh is chatting rubbish because you got a horrible flesh infection, for example, for argument's sake. Like, I know a few people that, I was telling Marie, have got gastric sleeves done. Yeah? And the gastric sleeve is where you actually have a surgical, you know, operation that removes an excessive amount of your actual stomach. I'm not talking about
80% of your stomach.
Yeah.
80%.
I'm not talking about like the flesh that's on your belly, like near your belly button. We're not talking about body fat.
We're cutting through the flesh now.
We're cutting through the flesh, going into your stomach. Like if someone was to have a gastric band, I mean, it's like, you know, you're limiting your stomach because there's the band, you know,
but that
restricting
can be removed.
But that band can be removed. We're talking about people are actually cutting their stomach, and it's irreversible. Like, you know, like we said, you can put the band on if you're having a gastric band, and then it makes you eat less, and then, you know, you can remove it later on when you've lost weight. We're talking people are actually busy cutting their stomach that God gave them to a minuscule, small amount.
And this procedure cannot be
reversed. Yeah. So in doing that now, when you've done that to yourself and you don't have children and stuff like that, you think, well, what if you want to get pregnant, for example, and then you don't have the capacity to eat more than a salad, maybe one.
That means you're going to start depriving the baby, the fetus, of the nutrients that it needs to grow and survive in the womb. Because your stomach capacity, as you've cut 80% off, won't allow you to consume much, which not only affects you, but it's going to affect your unborn child.
100%. Like, these are things that I'm saying I know people who've actually, you know what I mean, done some of these procedures, and I think to myself, I wonder if they think this is a healthy insecurity, or if they think, or if they're unaware that they could be experiencing self-hate, for argument's sake. Because they will think it's an element of self-love.
You know, my silicone tell them out, you know.
Well, yeah. You know, management, you know, they just come through with some truths there.
Well, do you know what? Before we proceed, you know, Jordan, would you like to give out a studio number? We'd like to hear some feedback from you beautiful people.
We would like to hear, you know.
No, we've just been talking, so you know, we'd like to hear about, you know, your concept of that, the mindset and the influence that you could heard of highlight, or you may want to highlight something to myself and Jordan that we may not have considered as well. So Jordan, would you like to give out the studio number, please?
Yes, the number to dial is 073 79 529 412. I'll repeat, 073 79 529 412. And we've got another studio number if you want to take the second one down as well. That's 079 04 598 848. That's 079 04 598 848. That's the number to call, numbers to call to get through to us on Just Cool Radio. We want to hear your thoughts, and we want to see some of your messages come through. Sending a text, sending us a message on TikTok. We want to start touching base.
Yeah, like more interaction with you beautiful people. But
we got some, we see some coming through from Red Riding Hood, mentioning that the mind is so powerful, people are convinced of whatever is telling them, like glue. Yeah, that is very, very serious, and it is like glue. It is like glue because it can stick. You know, last week we was talking about the sticky fingers and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it can be like that. Do you know what I mean?
I was just thinking, like, Jordan, as you was talking about, like, is it self-hate?
Mm-hmm.
I remember a few years ago, I used to watch a documentary as well, and as you beautiful listeners can see, I'm a lovely dark-skinned woman. Mm-hmm. But there was a stage where there was dark-skinned women was feeling quite, well, not the ip. I never felt like that. I love my skin, you know. Mm-hmm. But they started to use the nanny lotion or the bleaching cream. And then it's like, I've gone places in the world and I couldn't understand. You know, I need to say to Jordan, I keep saying to Jordan, I need to find a different word now. That's my word now. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But I've gone into hot countries and I've seen that you're bleaching in a hot country and you're out here in a woolly jacket. I don't understand. Why bleach? And then you have an umbrella, and then I'm thinking, but why are you bleaching? What is wrong with your natural melanin? What is wrong with your skin? But is it a narrative that you've allowed feed into your mind that in order for you to get some kind of acceptance or to get a particular role, position, whatsoever, you have to be a shade down? And then I said, you know what? Because I do like to do a little bit of research. I said, are we going back to slavery mentality? Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. Me personally, if we was back in the plantation days, I would be on the field picking cotton. Because I'm dark. I'm not a house nigger. You understand? However, does it matter our shade? Why are we trying to devalue the beauty how we was created? What's this all about? But for me, I feel that was another form of self-hate. Because why would you strip
layers of your skin off?
Layers of your skin to where they don't even look light. They look grey. Some look very sore. And I just said, why would you do that?
Yeah. But again, these are the kind of things that people resort to, you know, when trying to make these amendments for their own body, because they feel like they will feel better once they've done this kind of thing. And it's like,
But sometimes it can't be reversed, because I've seen, not personally, no, but when people have been bleaching and then they stop, it's like the skin comes back, but it's so thin, the skin now, that there's areas where it's slightly dark or it becomes patchy.
Yeah, when
and
the skin busses out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then some develop like skin cancer. I'm just like, because you thought that your skin wasn't good enough.
So what you say, Marie? They're idolizing unrealistic expectations.
Yes, a narrative that was sown that is not the truth about, well, if you want to be da-da-da-da-da, or this is a definition of beauty. Listen, let me tell you something. See, when the sun comes out, I'm the first one out there. Yes, I'm dark and lovely. Yeah, I will be the first one walking in the sun. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's deep. A lot of people, you know, they have one thing or another that they'd like to make an amendment about. Yeah, but as we're saying, could it be self-hate? We're only asking the question. We're not saying whether you should bleach or not. We're not saying whether you should make, you know, leisure, or what's the word? Yeah, let's say like or make amendments to your body for leisure purposes, for example. We're not saying anyone is right or wrong or anything. We're just asking, is it that you're doing it because you just want to? Yeah, or is it that you could probably be experiencing an underlying level of self-hate? Because some people are. I just want to. Like, I'll give an example.
Yeah, but that's like, you as an adult to just say, oh, I just want to. You're not 5. Come on.
Yeah. But
a 5-year-old can't ration out why they do things. So, like, I can't just go, oh, Jordan, I just punched you. Why'd you do that? I just want to.
Yeah.
Come on, we're adults now.
But this is what people do. You know what it is, Marie? People don't like when they're questioned about why they've done something. Yeah, like something like a lot of people don't like it. Like, because a lot of people are victim. Like, I know we don't like to use the word victim, but they are victim to their own faults. Yeah, not necessarily what another person has said to them, you know. Like, for example, I know a lady, yeah, she's Caucasian, yeah. She said that she loves her new lips because she's had fillers done, yeah. So I said, bro, why did you do it? Yeah, I just wanted it. I said, but why though? I just wanted it. I'm like, yeah, but you can't just like, I like dogs. Like I told you lot from week 1, I like dogs. If you ask me why I like dogs, we'll be here all day, because I've studied dogs from I was 3. You know what I mean? From I could start to have dog books, I've been studying dogs my whole life. I can tell you why I like dogs. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can explain it. Yeah. Some people like, oh yeah,
I just saying, why do you have children? I just wanted to. Okay, you just had children because you wanted to.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. We got another comment coming through from Red Riding Hood saying people will have different reasons or excuses, but it is deep rooted whether they admit it or know it. And it's true, it is deep rooted, because
yes, it is.
The lady who I was mentioning, she had very, very thin lips. Yeah. And if you see the lips them now,
it's like,
yeah. And the thing is, it's like, if you're talking about, like, say, her thin lips, then you're talking about, you know, where her lips are now, and then you look at like off the spectrum kind of thing, like unnaturally far too big kind of thing. Hers aren't like that. But when I saw what her lips looked like before, when I saw the before and after, I was like, this don't even look like the same person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm being serious. This don't look like the same person.
Like, we're saying, when we're not here to say to anybody, whatever choice you make, if you're happy, personally, I don't care. But if you're happy, I'm happy for you. However, it's just about thinking about the implication of what you are doing to yourself, isn't it? The reason you're doing it. If it's for health reasons, cool. But if it's because other factors, then I think maybe you need to think a bit more deep before you consider it. Even if you think more deep and you think, well, I still want to do it, fine. But I'm just thinking about long term, because you're not 21 forever.
Yeah.
You're going to get older.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're male as well as female, the body changes. Do you understand? You can see the climate is changing. So if you're doing certain things to your body or whatever you could be doing, remember, if you travel, going in the air, somebody could have arthritis when you're on on land. You're just walking, you could be fine. Go and take a 9-hour flight somewhere. When you come off, you have to get one of those socks to take the pressure down on your legs. So think about, if you're adding things to yourself, when you're traveling, what could happen? What if something slips? I don't know what it is, but that can affect your body differently. What if something leaks out that you may not be aware of until a later date? And yeah,
it's nuts, because when I asked that lady I was talking to, yeah, I said, bro, why did you do it? Yeah, she's saying how she just wanted it. Don't have an answer, or if she does have the answer, she's not telling me. She's just saying, I just wanted it. Then another time I saw her, she said something about, nothing like my old, but basically referring to how the lips she was born with, kind of thing, referring to that, but it was in a very, what's the word, it was a very, I think the word I'm looking for begins with resentful. There we are. It was she resented her old lips, so she has to keep injecting these lips to maintain them every so often, to make them stay how they kind of are now, kind of thing. And I was like, but why are you talking about how your lips were before, kind of thing, like that? I understand, you wanted to do this, but why do you talk about how your old lips were like that? And the girl just, I don't know, I just hated them. So I was like, but hate is a strong word, fam. You understand? Hate is a strong word, fam. You can't just say you hated it, but you're not saying why. I said, did someone come at you a certain way and say your lips are ugly or whatever? Did someone come at you some way? Did you get attacked about how your lips looked, or did you attack yourself about your lips? Because I believe that the battlefield was in her mind about her lips. I think
probably
in that lady's case.
In that lady's case, she may have had some kind of insecurity. Yeah. And I think the more whoever may have highlighted it and said, that probably made her feel even more insecure about it, isn't it? Yeah. So she probably didn't like it. Yeah. But there's a comment we have on I think it's TikTok, and it says the level of insecurity is gone.
I love you.
Yeah, it's nuts. And it's funny, I know another lady, she was in an abusive relationship, with her children's dad, and he used to say some of the most terrible things to her, and do the most terrible things to her, and she, again, like the other lady I was mentioning, she started getting fillers done. And at first, when I saw where her lips were, I thought, okay, cool, but if she starts going more than this, then it's gonna start getting a bit too much, you know what I mean? And then she kept pumping, and I'm like, bro, because now you don't look like
the same person.
Not even you don't look like, because the thing is, I met her when she already had a certain level of the fillers already, but then you see where she took it, I was thinking, you don't even look like there now. When I saw a picture from Yasser to the start, from where it first was, I was like, I would have walked clean past, because I cannot recognize you. For how your lips was, your God-given lips, and then, you know what I mean, how they are now, I wouldn't even recognize her, because it's a different person. I would know her by her voice. because the face looked totally different. But how the lips were injected, that I do you know what I mean?
But it's like similar to how you see some of the makeup being installed on the faces now, isn't it? Because I'm not really a makeup person. However, I've noticed that most of the makeups you see on different people around is quite similar. The way how they do the eyebrows and this, that, and the other. And it's like some of them, no matter how hot it is, are in the heavy, thick makeup.
Yeah.
Not realising that when you've got the makeup all the time, what you're doing to your skin is actually suffocating the skin. Like, we're not saying you mustn't do it. We're not saying that. But it's looking at the bigger picture. It's about doing things in moderation, thinking why you're actually doing certain things as well.
A lot of people are not thinking why. They're not thinking why they're doing it. They're just doing it. But again, like we mentioned at the beginning, remember, some people are scrolling on Instagram. They're scrolling on, TikTok. They're scrolling on a lot of these social media platforms for sometimes 2 to 3 hours a day. Do you know what I mean? So imagine how much your mental capacity is consuming of whatever it is. So if you're looking at like enhancements, remember the algorithms and all that stuff, they're giving you what you like and what you comment on and what you save. So if you're saving posts, like of a certain nature over and over and over and over again, you come off the social media platform, by the time you get back on there, post of the same thing, even more. So then now, before you know it, like you're being fed from. If you look on my thing, you see bare dogs, for example, because I save posts of dogs. I comment on pages about dogs. I follow pages about dogs, for example, because I've got my dog network. Do you know what I mean? For example, so you will see that, for example, or I like boxing, for example. I will see loads of boxing posts, for example. Do you know what I mean? So it's because of what I like and save and comment on, and the accounts I follow, they send more of those accounts. Do you know what I mean? So before people know it, they're dreaming about, what it would look like if they done this and what it would look like if they done that. And I'm not, as Marie said, commenting on about whether people should or shouldn't. It's just about asking why. So when we're talking about idolizing unrealistic goals and stuff like that, like, we have to think some people are spending a fortune on these amendments, like to their bodies, that where the seeds were sown heavily because of social media, because of the music, and because of explicit content, as well. Because
when you go to context that say, they're yelling at it, big beauty, and you may not have the biggest behind. And if that's what you're feeding yourself, if you're gonna feel like, well, if I put on my shorts, like my bum's supposed to look like a C, isn't it? Or is that what they say?
Yeah. Yes. What happens? And it's like because there's no filter. Yeah. Like, obviously we're not chatting in a uncensored fashion here, because you know what I mean. We're not, but there's women, for example, who are not only doing, these areas, they're doing their private areas too. Like, some of them are putting fillers in their private lips because again, like,
they want a camel.
Because as the DJs,
what did you say? They want a camel foot front.
Camel toe front, or camel foot. They might want the old camel foot. For example. But remember, even if you want the camel foot front, for example, ladies,
but why would you want it to be pregnant out for everyone to see?
That's where I was about to go. That is exactly where I was about to go. Because even if you want that, it don't have to be on display. It can just be for you and your partner. Yeah, if you lot, you know what I mean, you lot will know, raw, yeah, she's got the camel thing going on or whatever.
Sorry, there's a message I just want to say. Sorry, Jordan.
Go on.
It's Red Riding Hood saying nobody wants to be an individual these days. Sadly, men buy into it too. They go for girls with that look.
100%.
And you know what?
100%.
It's a shame to say it.
100%.
But unfortunately, some, not all men, are buying into that. And you see, once they buy into the outside interior, you see what they really want? They will be starved. But when do you get to the stage where you no longer look on the out? So hold on. So when you go and juke up your camel toe to print out, so it's not going to deflate.
Well, they do it again. This is what I'm saying. They do it again. They do it again. They do it again. So it's like, it's not like a one dosage. It's not like a one hit wonder. Like a lot of the time, like there's certain, you know what I mean, treatments that they get where they have to keep returning to get the top up kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So my thing is, as I said, if you want to do that, then that's fine. But it's when you're doing it so people can see, that's when I'm thinking, what about your dignity, your respect, and them kind of thing there? But again, it's the idolization, because like I said the other day, Bree, here, I said I hadn't gone to the gym for so long, and I went to the gym, and some of the cycling shorts that these lot had on, the ladies in the gym and that, and even just, all right, cool, you're training and whatnot, but it's the fact that they're leaving the gym with the said thing as well. I'm thinking, put on clothes, fam. Like, that's what I'm thinking.
So wait, let me ask you something.
Go on.
So in the gym, is there a changing room?
Yeah.
Oh, because the way you're making it sound is like they're in the gym and there's no changing room, so they have to just cut. So if there is a changing room, why are you leaving in the same gym? Why don't you just put on like a little cardigan, a little t-shirt? Because
they're keeping it jiggy, yeah? Okay. They're keeping it jiggy. Just like the tune that's playing, they're keeping it jiggy. Yeah, they're keeping it jiggy. And I'm saying, like, I've got, I'm telling you, they're keeping it jiggy. And like, how I'm seeing it is that, all right, cool, I've got females in my family, yeah, I've got female friends who I deem as a sister, see as a cousin. And when I say that, I mean real friends. Like, I don't look at their bum and them thing there. Like, that's my friend. It's my actual friend who I see like a cousin and all that kind of stuff, yeah? Like, if they went outside, yeah, my family members or one of my close female friends, yeah, in them short up shorts, yeah, like, yeah, because that's how they do it. Like, obviously, if you're listening, you can't see what I just done, but
yeah, but it's
you'll
like
see it on YouTube. So tight. It's pulled up so tight, yeah. It's like up, like it can't go any higher, yeah. And then you're walking down the road like that, strong, strutting, yeah. I'm thinking, fam, put on some clothes, blood, yeah. But do you know what it is? That's because I'm just a person that has got like people's best interests at heart. Like, thinking, fam, it just, I don't really agree with that stance there.
When you dress like that, for me, all right, so if you're doing it because you want to get attention, for argument's sake, we're just going to put it like that. So you want every man to be like, hey, girl, man, you want that kind of attention.
Fam, Marie, that's what they must want.
Yeah, but that's that man is not seeing you as, oh my God, that's a beautiful young lady.
Exactly.
He's seeing it as, yeah, man, call me later.
Exactly. And that's why I'm thinking, give yourself a chance. Yeah? Give yourself a chance not to be, like, objectified. You know what I mean? Give yourself a chance, like, to not have some suspense about you, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. But if I can already see what's going on right now, and we're just walking out of the supermarket, yeah, I'm like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not making me think I can see something with you, because
it's not saying, oh, we can have intelligent conversations.
No. I can't have. There's no intellectual conversation. And the thing is, they might be intellectual, you know, but I'm not seeing you even as able to, because
The
that's
way
the way how you're
present.
conducting yourself,
Yeah.
presenting yourself. That's what I'm thinking. Do you know what I mean? But
It's
again,
like what they say, like, first impression counts, isn't it?
Facts.
So it's like when you're around someone, when you meet someone, it's the first impression, what you deliver to that person, that really counts. So if you come across as brawling and be like, oh, do you know what? I don't think I want to talk to you because you look like you're kind of a brawling person.
Yeah.
So if you're presenting yourself as wearing tight, revealing stuff, a man's not going to think, yeah, man, I wifey that tonight.
No, definitely.
No, because he's not going to want another man to be viewing you just like he's been viewing you.
Just had a message. I just had a message from some. Said, have some suspense about you. That's what the message has come through. So that's coming from a man, that is a serious man, like a man that takes care of himself, and you know what I mean, takes care of his responsibilities, and he's saying, have some suspense about you.
But I don't know through like the music.
Big tune.
And the
Big
lyrics, if it's making us as individuals think that if you dress or present yourself in a particular way.
Yeah, but they'll do anything. Sorry to cut you. They'll do anything. Yeah, they'll do anything. Yeah, they'll do anything. Yeah, big tune, their management. Big tune, because it's true. Yeah, they'll do anything. You know what I mean? They'll do anything in their reach. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll do anything that's in their reach. I'm gonna be bold. I don't agree with doing anything for the sake of it. I don't agree with that. Yeah, and. You see, like, I'm not saying it like because I don't think it looked good, Listen, some of these ladies look good, but what I'm saying is you shouldn't be putting it out on display on the sidewalk when you're just, do you understand what I'm saying? Like put it this way, like, I wouldn't feel like reciting one of my poems to you or anything like that and want your feedback. No, yeah, like when I see you walking them kind of way there, yeah, my mind might be going over, sir. Understand what I'm saying? And a lot of the time, men will just follow where their mind's going. Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna have that level of respect, and I know some people will be upset if they're camel toeing up the place, yeah. But I'm sorry, I'm not gonna have that respect, because I think you can cover yourself. Camel toe yourself in the house, yeah, and in front of your partner. And if you don't have a partner, don't present to a man the camel toe first.
Yeah.
Have some suspense about you, and then show him, say, raw, you go on and with your thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. But don't do it so fast. Like, that's not really a sound thing, in my humble opinion. Do you know what I mean? And the reason why I'm saying it like this so straight, yeah, is because at the end of the day, on evening talks, yeah, we're for the community and we're for building, yeah. And it's the fact that when people come together and they actually work together, don't do anything funky, yeah. People are strong together and they can build, yeah. If it's 4 people, if it's 5 people, if it's 10 people, if it's 2 people,
but
you'll be surprised.
You also need to have your mind right, because if we can have a circle where we're trying to build each other, if you got a weak link and your mind is not right, it doesn't make sense. How can we be trying to build you as a woman or as a man to encourage you for you to be the best that you are, and you go back like into mud? Like, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
But that's down to you in your mind. You have to feel that, yeah, I can do this. I want to do this, isn't it? 100%.
In
order for it to be effective.
And this is the thing. This is the thing. In evaluation, yeah, is your well-being being potentially compromised because of your mental consumption? Yeah, that's a big question, because we're on the theme of well-being right now, yeah, and we're asking, is your well-being, yeah, potentially compromised because of your mental consumption? Yeah, because a lot of the time you think about your well-being for the people, for the ladies who are like, oh, I can't eat this, I can't eat that, and da, 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 da. Be strict, like have your diet if that's what you want to do, but just make sure it's not insanity. Like when you're on your road to, you know what I mean? Be disciplined, be strict, but make sure it's not insanity. Make sure it's not well over the top. You know what I mean? Like, make sure that you're still being a functioning, living being, you know, getting to your goals rather than compromising your health and well-being just to look a certain way to get validation from certain people and stuff like that. Because remember, the title of today's sermon is Mind the Mindset. Yeah? Because the mindset is out to get you, you know. So we're trying to say, mind. Think the mindset don't try to come for me? Of course the mindset comes for me. You think the mindset don't come for Marie? Of course the mindset comes for Marie. The mindset comes to try and attack us every day. In fact,
sometimes you have to learn a bit of self-control and discipline.
Facts.
You know, we're not perfect.
Of course we're not.
But at the same time, there's things that I, as well as Jordan, won't allow to sway.
That's right.
It's fine, thank you.
No. Because we've got a responsibility to ensure that we're taking care of ourselves.
And don't allow other people
mind.
As well who may not have your genuine interest at heart.
Facts.
To make you feel like you're imagining things or start to play the mind games with you.
Facts.
Because that's another thing that can damage you mentally as well as your whole well-being as well.
Facts.
And sometimes people who play these mind games as well to try and get you to feel you need to look or think in a particular way have the deepest layer of insecurity. You know, or as society we say, they're narcissists. So just be conscious, you know, who's in your circle, who's whispering in your ear as well. Yeah, facts.
And you know, we want to give some solution, like as we're rounding up. Like I said, remember on week 2, I said when we had our caller Michael calling on week number 2, and he was asking about how, you know, what solutions and whatnot. I said, listen, I've had to put like a 10-minute timer on my Instagram. So every 10 minutes, a message will pop up like saying exit Instagram, because before I know it, 10 becomes 20, 20 becomes 30, 30 becomes 40. And I'm like, bro, I just wasted a whole hour, for example. So when we're talking about your well-being, there's some people who say, oh, I want to do more exercise or something like that. Cool. If you want to do more exercise, all you got to just do is factor in when you can get a half an hour in, or 45 minutes in, 1 hour in, or whatever it is that it's going to take for you to do your exercise. Even if it's 15 minutes, whatever it is, just some movement, They'll tell you they don't have time to do it. But then you'll be on Instagram for 2 hours straight. Straight.
And you don't even realize it's 2 hours.
It's 2 hours. It's just Do you know what I mean?
Because it's like one content after the other, then the other. It's like it's all like interlinking, and you're on it for ages.
Think about how
your battery's dead.
Battery's dead. You gotta slap it on charge again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And don't charge your phone near your head either. But people have the phone charging up there in their head. You know what I mean? To keep scrolling. And I'm not saying this in no self-righteous way. This happened to me.
We all do it. But it's like, you see that with myself and Jordan,
years,
we're just trying to empower
Yeah.
and encourage you guys from things that we know of, and also probably what we've experienced as well. Like, we're not here to act like we're
We've
perfect.
walked it.
No.
We've lived it. We're still getting through it now. Like, we're not perfect. We're not even through the tunnel yet.
No.
But we're trying to make, some amendments, conscious effort, so that we can make some amendments. You know what I mean? And provide some solution. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's about. We want to provide some solution. And, as we're on this topic of, we're on the theme, of well-being, we're going to be exploring loads of stuff to do with well-being, because we've got your well-being at our interest. Yeah? We've got your well-being at our interest. So we're going to just continue to encourage you in that kind of way and say, yo, mind the mindset. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, mind the mindset. Do you know what I mean? And just be a bit more deliberate about the things that you're seeing, the type of things that you're listening to.
You can even set yourself a task like for this week since
Facts.
you've listened to our show today.
Facts.
Even do it for like, say do it for a week. That you might say, okay, I'm going to make some amendments this week. What I would normally listen to, like focus on a lot, whether it's social media, wherever it is, put it aside and try and do something different and start to see the difference in your mind,
Facts.
your thinking, even your body.
Yeah.
Because everything is all connected.
That's right.
Give yourself that challenge and then see how your mind, everything changes. And it'd be good. Phone us next week and let us know.
Even another little tip I'll even say, yeah? If you can even avoid looking at your social media before 11 a.m. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? If you wake up at 7, for example, don't even look on it till 11. Don't even answer a message till 11. Because you open that message, you open another one, and then next minute you're scrolling, and then next minute you feel, oh, I want a coffee too. Because you saw someone's story, like for example, and they got a coffee
with a heart on it.
Yeah, in the morning.
Yeah, I need one.
Do you know what I mean?
Now.
Now you want one. Do you know what I mean? But if you are deliberate about your day, then you can start deciding what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it. But you can start taking dominion. You can, start taking more control and responsibility over your own thoughts, because it's there to distract you. Like, it definitely is there to distract you. Do you know what I mean? Especially if it's just for the personal blog reasons rather than you're doing like business research. If you're on your business page and you're networking, then that's totally different. Do you know what I mean? But still, if you just gotta just be aware of what we're doing. You know what I mean? Because time is precious. Like we said, it was New Year, like just the other day, and then now we're on the 1st of June. Like
halfway through the year.
Yeah, a lot of people's been born this year, and a lot of people have died this year. You know what I mean? Tomorrow isn't promised. We're only here by the grace of God. So we wanna encourage everyone to mind your mindset, because your mind is contrary to you. Like your mind is gonna think to do wrong before right more time. Do you know what I mean? So it's about keeping a healthy environment within your mind, so that, you know what I mean, you can go from strength to strength.
And you remember, every day that you wake up, you're blessed on this earth, as an opportunity for you to change your mindset,
100%.
your thinking,
100%.
your outlook.
100%.
You can, whatever relationship that went sour today can be made better tomorrow. It's about be a better person tomorrow.
100%.
An hour from now, a minute from now.
100%.
It's never too late. No matter what choices or decision you have made in life, there's always a chance for it to be, renewed to a certain degree, depending on how it's gone.
100%. 100%.
It's never too late.
Never too late. I just want to quickly touch on Red Riding Hood again. It says, long term, also look at the kids that transition and change their minds later. Not enough thought. So a lot of people don't have enough thought on what they're doing. They just change their mind anyhow. So yeah, be deliberate. You know what I mean? Write some stuff down, because we're trying to encourage everyone to have a better relationship with themselves.
Yeah.
If you understand yourself more, you understand others more. You know what I mean? You might not get so upset so easily. Like, if you understand yourself more.
Or be so defensive, Or be having malice in your heart with people for no reason.
Yeah.
Maybe the problem is going on deeper with you,
100.
but you're venting it on somebody else.
100%.
So maybe it's time for us as individuals is to look within ourselves before we start targeting people, destroying people, hurting people. As they say, hurt people, isn't it?
Yep.
Let's fix up.
And healed people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What I was just gonna say, you see last week, Marie, when we done forgiving the unforgivable.
Yeah.
I want to encourage everyone listening right now under the sound of our voice on Evening Talks. Even if you have personally done something to yourself that you are finding it hard to forgive yourself, please make those steps to forgive yourself.
Yes.
So you can move forward, because it doesn't make sense keep pondering, going round and round in circles about what you done wrong. We all do wrong. We do wrong every day.
Every day.
Every day we do
Yeah.
wrong. Every day we do wrong. So we want to encourage everyone to make some amendments.
And as we're saying, you know, it's about, you know, you have to release that we've all done wrong.
That's right.
And when you don't release that, you're actually keeping yourself in bondage.
That's right.
You cannot move forward.
That's right.
Your mindset is stuck.
That's right.
Everything about you becomes stuck in one place.
That's right.
You have to make up that choice within yourself. How long am I going to stay here?
That's right.
Or am I going to keep it moving and just make a better tomorrow?
100%. 100%.
However, beautiful people,
Yep.
it's that time.
It's that time.
That time
It's that
again.
Again.
So we'll say thank you all for your messages today. Thank you all for joining us on Evening Talks. And have a lovely and blessed weekend. And we'll see you next week.
100%. Bye-bye.
Bye.